Are we on? Are we on? What is up, Facebook? I'm Scott Evans, and this is Boy George.
Hi, Scott.
How are you?
I'm good.
This is pretty incredible. This is my first time actually doing the Facebook Live for real, and especially, I mean, we figure bring in the biggest star you can, right?
Oh,
It's Boy George. Now, tell me about the Celebrity Apprentice. Was there a reason in particular that it was important for you to be a part of this? Was there something? I mean, you've been a fan of the show before.
Yeah, I mean, it's first and foremost attention. That's the first reason, and I think that it's kind of it's an intellectual show. You know, it's not just mindless. It's you have to use your brain. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to work with other people, and that was really, really challenging. You know, because obviously you've got a lot of famous people who are used to being in charge of their lives, and suddenly they have to work with each other, mm-hmm. and they have to listen to other people. The biggest challenge is getting people to listen to you. It's not easy. You have to like almost be, you know, you have to be relentless. You have to keep saying the same thing over and over, and eventually it's like, okay, we heard you. But it was a lot of fun.
Now, you are one of the fan favorites. I mean, I think a lot of people are hoping that you pull this out, but I wonder if there were people on set, if there were people a part of the show who are also really excited to see you. Was there any kind of freak out moments when the other celebrities came and were introduced to Boy George for the first time?
Well, the first time we all met, I was in my civvies, so I wasn't dressed up. So the first night there was like a gathering,
you said your civvies?
Yeah, like I wasn't in makeup. I didn't have a hat on.
Civilian clothes.
I was dressed in my civilian clothes, and I didn't get a lot of attention. I was thinking, oh, they all hate me. And then the next morning when we turned up for the show and I was in my full regalia, then everybody was obviously a lot more friendly. Oh, that's who you are. Yeah, people were lovely. I mean, you know, it's some of the people I didn't know beforehand, obviously, because some of them were sports,
right,
famous sports people, and obviously I'm from Britain, so I didn't necessarily know who they were. But you know, there were some people that obviously Carson Kressley I knew from you know Queer Eye and from RuPaul's Drag Race, mm-hmm. and we got on really well. And you know, Kyle Richards, really liked her. We got on straight away.
Carson Kressley in particular, I heard last night you said on Watch What Happens Live, every house should have one.
Oh yeah, Carson's like the go-to person. If you like, even now that I'm not doing, you know, like working with him, mm-hmm. I call him up for like things like, where can I get something printed, or do you know a good fabric store? He's
no way.
Like, yeah, because he used to work for Ralph Lauren, so he's just one of those people that just knows everything. He's so useful.
Right? I feel like every squad needs that player.
Yeah, and
that can do a little bit of everything.
He was really helpful in all of the tasks. You know, he was so excitable and on it. You know.
Did anyone else surprise you in the process? Did anyone, good or bad? Was it like going in like, oh, I did not think I'd get to know you that way?
Well, you know what? One of the first tasks that we did was a makeup task for Tyra Banks. And, you know, I had a lot of kind of football guys, Ricky Williams, Eric Dickerson, you know, and Charles Sonnen, who's a mixed martial arts guy. And I was like, how the hell are we going to involve these guys in a makeup task? And actually, I was impressed by their enthusiasm to get involved and just throw themselves in, you know. I mean, I think that was really impressive that they just like, well, you know, let's do it. You know?
You've had some really nice moments, some good victories, but you also had some clashes with some teammates as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you think with reality television, some of that is put on, produced, that kind of thing.
You know what? I would say if you want to find out about people, go traveling with them. Like, go on tour. You know, if you've been in a band, you know about arguing. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, you go on the road, you know, and you've got like 25 people on a tour doing different jobs. You're going to have personality clashes. You're going to have emotional moments. It just becomes like normal.
Right.
So the sort of altercations that I had on the show, particularly with Vince Neil, we both said afterwards, we've both been in bands. This was nothing.
Really?
I mean, this wasn't, you know, this wasn't, when they said, oh, you had a row, I was like, this wasn't a row. Do you know what I mean? We were just,
that really was a disagreement.
We were just dipping our foot in the pool, you know. It wasn't a proper row, you know.
And so tell me a little bit about how that happened. So you guys are in the studio, and he had some wine.
Well, more than a little wine. And also the thing is, this wasn't like a usual, people said, oh, you're in the studio. No, we were doing a task. We weren't in the studio making an album. We didn't have like weeks, we had hours.
Right.
So it wasn't a normal life situation. So people saying, oh, you're in the studio, you need to be creative. Like, no, we had like 6 hours to make a video, to film a track, to record it and write it. There wasn't time for relaxing. Do you know what I mean? So that was my point. It's like,
put the wine away.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so when I guess you made that request, like, can we not have that? Was
mine was more like bitching to other people, and then he kind of called me out on it. It was like, I didn't actually say anything to him. I was just like saying it to everyone else. And he came up to me off camera and said, you've been talking about me to everyone. I was like, yeah. Absolutely.
I love that there's a yes.
Yeah, I was like, absolutely, I have. Yeah.
And then so because we didn't see a whole lot on.
No,
the show.
The cameras missed all of that. The cameras missed the kind of, we had a little bit of a shouting moment.
Really?
And then I kind of left the room, and then I was like, oh my God, how old am I? So I went back and I was like, listen, if you want to drink, you can drink. It was just that we were doing a task. So, I just thought it was kind of not helpful. But, let's not fall out over it. And we were fine.
And moved on.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
We were very grown up.
Yeah, you gotta be, right?
And then he stole like 150 grand off me on the next task.
So some things you get over, some things you don't.
So I'm sure he was quite happy with that result. You know.
So also Facebook, I just want to reiterate, if you've got questions, let us know. We're here for you. So I'm going to continue, but now out of the celebrity cast, was there anyone in particular you were looking forward to meet? Was there anyone that you wanted to work with?
Well, as I say, I didn't really know everyone, so it was quite interesting just to kind of find out about who people were.
What about Arnold?
Arnold was great.
Is he what you imagine he is meeting in person?
I thought he was funny, kind of sarcastic. He came up with some great one-liners, particularly picking on Jon Lovitz. Really picking on Jon.
He gave him
because they knew each other, and some of the stuff that they said to each other wasn't actually broadcast. There was some superior banter between those two, and I read something last week that. Carson said I didn't like Jon Lovitz, which is so not true.
No.
I made a joke about, I said that Jon's dog was funny, the funniest thing about Jon, but that was the joke. I wasn't being serious. But he didn't take it very well.
I bet not.
We were having this little Twitter. I was like, no, Jon, I was joking, but he didn't appreciate my humour.
See?
British humour. What can I say?
And if people laugh, right? As long as it's funny.
Yeah, I mean, he did make some really inappropriate jokes on the show, which didn't get broadcast.
As well?
Yeah.
You don't, I guess, land them all, huh?
No. Jon's idea of gay people is quite sort of Neanderthal, to say the least.
Well, there it is.
What century do you live in?
Like what? Give me an example. Like what?
I can't. It would be inappropriate. No, but he was like, me and Carson were often like, really? Did you just say that? But he gets away with it because he's Jon Lovitz.
Right.
And he's funny as hell.
Now, you also met someone recently, Paris Jackson. You talked about how lovely she was.
Yeah,
how awesome she was. Yeah. What was that? You guys met at a fashion show? Or?
Yeah, she was at the Dior fashion show, and we follow each other on Twitter and Instagram, so we've kind of exchanged, but we never met. And actually, interestingly, I never met Michael Jackson.
That surprises me.
Yeah, me too.
How does that happen? How does a world exist where Boy George and Michael Jackson never meet?
I don't know. It's just one of those weird things that we just never met. Oh my God, Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper? What?
PK? Look who's over there.
Only during an Access Hollywood Facebook Live, right? I love it.
Give me some. Oh, you look fabulous. Come and kiss me.
Ron.
I know. Come. I know.
You see it too.
I know. I'm on that thing you were on last night. You're on Watch What Happens Live. You look great. Look at you.
It's my homage to him. Do I look like him a little?
Rod.
A little bit.
Well, I don't think.
70s.
Where's it? Well.
So beautiful. Where's it from?
Moschino.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, of course.
I love them.
You look like Technicolor. You look great.
Well, it was a morning show. You want to say, good morning, guess what?
That says good morning.
Yes. Success.
You look great.
Well, I think we're doing a few. Well, I think we're going to catch up with each other.
All right.
Cyndi Lauper.
Yes.
2 for the price of 1.
Yes.
I'll come and see you in a minute. I'm going to say hi to
My baby
Rod.
brother.
Yeah? I'll come and say hi to Rod as well, yeah?
Yeah, well,
Sir Rod now, is he?
Stop. and I'm still, hey lady, but it's all good. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm just freaking out a little bit.
Did that just happen?
It just happened. I love my job. I love my job. Okay, so I know that you're doing the UK version of The Voice.
I've done that. I did one season last year, and then obviously I did The Apprentice, so I couldn't do this year.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to be doing the one in Australia, which I'm very excited about.
Now, I wonder if there was ever a chair that was vacated by one of the judges here in the US. Would you do it?
My name hopefully will be on that. I would love to do the American.
Yeah?
Yeah, that would be great. I would love to do it here. Yeah, that would be the perfect.
Who would you bring on as your mentor?
I don't know, because it depends on who I'm mentoring. Do you know what I mean? Horses for courses. I mean, if it's like, depends on the style of singer.
Yeah.
Then I would kind of look to who I thought would be the best and most helpful person to that individual singer.
Okay, so give me the short list. Give me 3 names you would at least call.
Well, unfortunately, Prince would have been one of them.
Yeah.
Imagine having him come on and just give you some wisdom. That would be beyond.
I just got a little weak. just thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, Bowie would be another one. So, yeah, I would be really, my list would be...
It's very short. It's a very short list.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so we have a little game.
Okay.
In spirit of The Apprentice.
Okay.
It's your dream apprentice team.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to show you some photos. As I go along, you have to hire or fire, but you only get 6 spots. Someone's going to keep count for us.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So the first...
Dorit. I would hire Dorit.
You would hire Dorit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Lisa Rinna.
Well, those two are in competition, so I love you, Lisa, but you have to go.
But you got to go. So it's a fire.
Why is it? Everyone's
Justin
like,
Bieber.
well, of course.
Hire?
Of course.
Was it fire?
Higher.
Higher. Okay.
Higher.
Ariana Grande.
Probably higher because she's very popular with the youngsters, so she'd be a good asset. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
RuPaul. Oh, RuPaul. Well, I think RuPaul, because RuPaul's done something that no one else has done. Mm-hmm. She has taken like drag to a place where no one believed it would ever go. When she first came around, who knew what she would create? So I would definitely have RuPaul.
Higher?
Oh yeah, higher.
Adele.
She's too rich, no. She wouldn't work. She'd be like, I gotta do any work, I've got £600 million.
Please say no, she got too much money. Prince.
I like him because I think he's very much like his mother. His mother was lovely. I think he's very sweet. Probably, and also Royal Connections.
Royal Connections.
Get to see the palace. Okay, yeah, we're high
You see, talking about friendships after the show. I love it. Okay, what number are we at? What number are we at? 5. We got 5. So you got to do some firing.
Fired.
Will I am.
Will I'm not.
Will I'm not. Love you, Will. Sorry. Gaga.
Oh, fired.
Oh.
Why so quick?
Because too much, like there was just too much. Like we'd be arguing about who's wearing what. It'd be like you can't wear a hat. I'm wearing a hat. That would be the problem with Will as well. We did The Voice together.
You both can't wear the hat.
No, but Will and I did The Voice together, and like I would come out in an outfit, and he'd be like, "Oh my God!" and you have to go and change because I'd have like a similar hat, or my hat was bigger, or it was, it got very complicated.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much. Elton John.
Well, Elton, you'd have to hire because he has such a great infrastructure. He's got all these great people that staff, and he's kind of like the Queen.
The Queen.
Have you ever been to Elton John's house? It's like going to visit the Queen. It's beyond. Whenever I go there, I say to myself, I've got to be more like Elton.
Really?
2 people, more like Elton and more like Grace Jones. Grace Jones knows how to have a good time. Mm-hmm. That woman lives on oysters and sashimi and champagne, and she knows how to have fun. If she's not being massaged, she's being,
right.
having her nails done. She really knows. So her and Elton,
Higher for sure.
Yeah, higher.
So you know what that means? We're firing Zayn.
Well, he doesn't need our help. He's so beautiful. It's like he's going to cope. You know what I mean?
He'll be all right. He'll get another gig.
Yeah,
He'll get another
okay.
gig.
Yeah, he left a really successful band. He's doing okay.
He is.
And he'd be a distraction.
And you can't have a distraction.
Imagine having him and Justin Bieber on your team. You just never get anything done.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly. You have to pick one of those. You can't have both.
Exactly. Yeah, Justin.
Well, I appreciate it so much. I've had a blast.
Thank you.
This is so much fun.
Thanks, Scott.
Cyndi Lauper, Boy George. I mean, come on.
That was great.
Really? It's Wednesday.